gossip here, gossip there. So speaking of that, one of the big topics was the Vanity Fair, the article that's supposed to drop right before BravoCon.
Next week.
Yes.
It's supposed to drop. I knew about this. I have a housewife that told me about this, not Bethenny, that was told me about this like a month ago. And, I just like, really? Is this really? Because you know how you and I hear everything and we're like, a lot of things are just, things get exaggerated. And I'm like, is this really a real thing? Apparently, yeah, it is. This Vanity Fair thing really is coming.
And apparently they've been working on it for over 6 months. Like, this is an in-depth investigatory piece. And the drumbeat is not good.
No.
It is not good and paints a lot of people in a very bad light. I mean, it apparently is not kind to Andy. It is not kind to the production companies. It's not kind to Bravo. And I don't know who else they've spoken to, but that's 3 big ones. And when I say not kind, I'm somewhere between holy shit and scathing.
Yeah, that's what. And it's not like we're talking out of school. Like, this article is coming. Like, blink your eyes after you listen to this episode. It's coming. So I heard the same thing from this housewife, that it's really heavily targeted towards Andy first and foremost, and then everyone else.
But it was in page 6. There was a big thing in page 6 going, heads up, this is coming. So it's going to be very interesting, and it's right before BravoCon, and it's going to be very interesting if it is what everybody says it is. It's going to be interesting to see how it reflects at BravoCon, which, to be 100% honest, I think it is not going to make even a blip on the radar there.
You don't think so? I mean, look, just from my own experience, the Bravoholics, I don't think anything could really make a ripple, right? Like, they're gonna be there in person with everyone. They're not gonna not be thrilled to be there.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that they're gonna care. But speaking of BravoCon, I'm very angry at you.
I know.
Because we got invited to go to BravoCon, and no, Mr. Social has to be in Europe for a wedding.
Yes and yes. Well, first of all, I was going to the wedding anyway. I'm one of these people, like I just was telling you before, I planned things last minute. Like, this wedding was planned, and then there was BravoCon, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I didn't take a second to say, this is you were here in November, October, like, whatever. What are the chances? But this is the story of my life. And then when you focus, you're like, this can't really be the same weekend, can it? Oh, well, I mean, it is. The facts are right in front of you. So I was like, I was resolved to not go to BravoCon, even though I've gone twice. And then when you reached out to me, I was like, you're just like sticking a knife in my back. Like, I had to emotionally, I accepted that I wasn't going. And then I'm like, oh man, now I really want to go.
So
you're going.
I'm going. So what do you want me to find out? What are going to be the big stories, and where do I go super stealth?
Listen, I want to know because, listen, I've been there twice. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. It's really 3 days of you're going to be a kid in a candy store. It's like, you're going to be like, oh my God, there's Frasier, all your favorites, Melissa. And then you're going to
I've already been texting with Frasier that I'm going to be there. My secret boyfriend.
I mean, I'm sure he's thrilled.
He is. We're already making plans.
Oh my gosh. I would like to know first and foremost, like, I want to know, because people bring their entourage. Who is Kyle there with? Is Kyle with, is Mauricio there? Is Morgan there? Is she there alone? I want to know who Kyle is there with. Really. Not up on the stage. Everyone's going to bring their plus ones, or who is Kyle there with? Is Mauricio there? I would like you to find that out if you don't mind.
Now, do any of these shows do episodes about BravoCon?
No, that's like too much. The only thing they would do is, like on Beverly Hills when it starts, which we're going to talk about in a second, they're going to show Lisa Rinna's resignation number. Sometimes things really do happen at BravoCon that are there's no other way to get it in the show and let you want to talk about it. So they only will like flash to it for a minute. but not really address that it's BravoCon,
Well,
that breaking of the fourth wall business.
Right. But what I'm thinking is the whole Mauricio, Morgan, all that, that's going to be, if they do that, that's a real public statement.
Well, yes, it is. Well, you know what it is? Like, there's different panels. So I have to look at the list again. I'm sure you can get up and do Q&A. It's not pass around the questions to a room of like 8,000 people or whatever. It's literally like a mic on each side at the end. People run up. You mean to tell me at the Beverly Hills panel, the first question is not going to be, hey, Kyle, what's going on with you and Morgan and Mauricio? What's going on? Hey, Kyle, I'm number 2. Is Mauricio dating his Dancing with the Stars partner? Because that's the newest thing out there. They were just holding hands. I just think the year of Erika, every question was for Erika about Tom. So that was 2 years ago. So I just think, right? I just think that's what I want you to observe who Kyle, like if you see Morgan Wade in the corner, hiding behind some like curtain, peeking out, you tell me.
Oh, I've already got my plan. I'm going to go fully undercover. I'm going to go super stealth. I'm going to have like a wig. And I'm going to wear a bunch of Bravo swag. And I'm going to try and not have anybody recognize me. Cause I think that's how I'm going to get the real story. I'm going to go fully like reporter embedded.
It's so funny. I joke about that all the time. Like when I go to certain things, sometimes I'm like, it's okay if no one knows it's like, it's a fine line. People are always like, are you going to like explain? Because sometimes I like to go incognito too. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have a question. And then you're like, okay, thank you. That works. So just put on some, and you know who is going to be there? Well, I just had Countess Lu on my show.
I love Luann.
She's literally one of the best. She will be there, but you know who she's excited to see?
Who?
Now, don't get jealous. Apparently, Captain Jason said something that he finds her attractive. So I guess Andy showed a picture of Captain Jason to Luann. So on my podcast, she just revealed, she's like, yeah, I'm going to have to go find this Captain Jason. And I was like, Luann, you haven't even done a deep dive yet. He is all that. So don't get jealous, Melissa, but he will be there. So there's good news. You can make yourself, known to him.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to reach out to Luann because that way we can stalk him together.
Stalk. I said to Luann,
I'm using the word. She and I think would be very good stalking buddies because she's very tall and I'm small. So she can look over the crowd and I can look down and through.
This is actually true. You guys, and she's from New York. Like you guys both could be, you both move fast. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. This is, I like it.
I do too. But there's going to be so much in Vegas.